shoulders back, take your palms to face up. We're just gonna start seated. So if you are uncomfortable sitting cross-legged, maybe sit on top of something, or you don't have to sit cross-legged. And we're just gonna close our eyes, relax our shoulders, take a moment, kind of shake everything out. And then taking a long, deep inhale in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. I'm just gonna turn that off. It's not working anyway. Inhaling in again, and exhaling out through the mouth. One more long, deep breath in. Exhaling out through the mouth. And then go ahead and take your hands together at your heart center. We're going to start to lengthen the breath, but I want you to press your thumbs right into that middle of your chest. So you can feel those hands lifting as you inhale, and as you exhale, sinking deep in towards your heart. So just taking some long, deep breaths. And we're going to set a mantra today. If you have an intention that you want to bring into your mind as well, you can. Intention's like a goal. Our mantra today is going to be, it's not that serious. So just repeating that in your mind a couple of times. Reminding yourself to allow your body where it needs to be today, and to modify or skip things that don't feel good for you. And then when you're ready, we're just going to take a long, deep inhale. Lengthen up as tall as you can. As you exhale, bring your left hand down. Start to roll over towards the left. Press into your right hip. Lengthen as long as you can. Pull your belly in. When it feels good, you're going to press into your left hand. Open your chest towards the ceiling. Try to let your right knee relax. On your exhale, that top hand down to the floor. Your left. And then we're going to make that move a little bit. So we're just going to inhale, opening the chest up, and exhale, close it back down. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. In, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale one more time. Holding here. See if you can lengthen a little bit longer. Maybe you can sink chest down. And then we'll lengthen back up towards the ceiling. If you want to, you can change the cross in your legs. Get as tall as you can. Pull your belly in. As you exhale, right hand down. We'll just lean over towards the right with that left hand. Press into your left hip. And then when it feels good, pressing into your right hand, start to rotate your chest towards the ceiling. See if you can let your left knee relax. And as you exhale, bring the left hand down to meet the right, finding that twist. And then we'll move through it a couple of times. So inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to close back down. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale down. Few more like that. Lengthening, opening your chest. Exhale, close it down. Inhale it up. And this time as you exhale, holding, see if you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Maybe you can sink forward. When you're ready, come all the way back up. Lengthen really tall. You're going to take your hands down behind you, fingertips on the ground, reach your chest up, open your chin up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the arms forward, give yourself a hug. Pay attention to which elbow's on top, because we're going to switch when we come to the other side. So we're going to inhale, open again, and exhale. Give yourself a hug. A couple more times like this, opening up. Exhale, hugging. Open up. Exhale to hug. One more like this. And then come back to center. So now if you do something kind of weird, you're going to bring your arms out sides. And I want you to almost like flap your wings. So you're going to bring them forward and back. And notice how this feels in your upper back and your armpit, okay? So as you're kind of hiding those armpits forward and then splaying them open. And then we're going to bring the arms from here up. And you're going to do the same thing with the armpits. So you're opening your armpits out to the side, closing them forward. You should feel your shoulder blades touch or come close to each other, and then back forward. And I want you to think about this later when we're in downward facing dog and all fours, because we're going to do the same kind of movement, but your arms will stay still. So one or two more like this. And then go ahead and relax down, roll the shoulders out. And we're going to make our way onto our back for a little bit of core before we start to really move. So slowly find your way onto your back, knees into your chest, rock around. We're going to start out by bringing the soles of the feet down to the ground. Take them so that they're at the hip joint width, so not the outside of your hip, that bony part right in the front. Soles of the feet on the ground. Make sure you have space between the back of your neck and the floor. Press into your heels. We'll start to lift the hips. Squeeze the belly down. Squeeze the booty up. As you exhale, lower back down. If it feels good, you can take your fingertips to point straight up, pressing into those forearms, still squeezing the belly, squeezing the glutes, and lower back down. We'll do two more like this. And one more, coming up. Slowly come back down. Knees back into your chest, rock side to side. We're going to take the left knee into the chest. Your right leg is going to extend out, reach as long as you can. And then we're going to hover that foot off the ground. So your right ankle or your right heel is just off the floor a little tiny bit. We're going to pick our head and shoulders up off the ground. If it feels good, lengthen that left leg up. You're going to take your palms together, and we're just going to bring them outside of the left leg and pulse. So like your little karate chops. If you like, you can hard exhale out as you take that crunch. Last one. Woo, knees back into the chest, rock around. And then you're going to bring that right knee into your chest, extend the left leg long, take it to the floor first, get it as long out as you can, pull the knee in. And we're going to lift the heel just a little bit so that it's hovering, start to pull through your belly. We'll take the head and shoulders off the ground. When you're ready for it, if you want, extend that right leg long. Our palms together, hands outside of the thigh. Take those chops. Maybe hard exhaling as you chop. Last one. Oh, Knees back into the chest, rock around again. And then we'll start to rock forward and back a couple of times. Come all the way up and all the way over, making your way to all fours. Let me get this mess of my hair out of my face. So finding all fours, we'll start to take cat and cow, stretch out those muscles through the core that's stretched. And then when you're here, we're going to do that same kind of thing with our armpits that we did before. So as you reach up, pull your armpits in towards each other. As you come forward, kind of open them up. Letting that mid-back squeeze, not mid-back, but your upper back squeeze together and lift. And then find your way back through center, tuck your toes, bring your hands just a little bit further forward. We're going to start by kind of flowing through down dog in all fours. So you're going to start to send your hips up, reach your chest back, let your head tuck down so you can kind of stretch that upper back, and then we'll come back onto the knees. Maybe inhale forward for a cat. I guess this one is actually. And then pull the belly in all the way back up. And back down. So as you're moving through this, see if you can get your legs just a little bit longer each time. Start to engage your core, really pulling it in. And then this last time, we're going to hold our downward facing dog. So start to pedal out your legs. Connect with your breath. Back with our mantra. It's not that serious. Keep the knees bent a little bit. Let's see if we can kind of flap our armpits. So you're opening up, trying to open your armpits out to the side and then close them back, widening through that upper back. Open and close. So really in down dog, what you want is that closed armpit with the wide upper back. We're getting a sense of the difference in that feeling and the muscles that you need to use to keep that wide shoulder girdle. And then when you're ready, looking forward, walk your feet to the top of that. We'll come halfway up, lengthen your spine, roll the shoulders back. See if you can send your inner thighs towards the back of the room. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up, reaching towards the ceiling, palms together, take the hands behind the head, squeeze your glutes, see if you can open your chest. Don't forget to breathe here. And then inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold all the way down. We'll come up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold, plant your hands, step your way back to plank. Come to your knees. And we'll lower down through chaturanga. Reach just the chest up. Your hands should be able to come off the floor. Tops of the feet pressing. Exhale, lower down. Come through all fours and find downward facing dog. Pedal the legs. Try to widen through that shoulder girdle. Armpits are squeezing towards each other underneath you. Looking forward, walk your feet back up. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, palms together, hands behind the head. Reach your chest towards the ceiling. Don't forget to squeeze your booty. And we'll reach all the way back up and fold back down. Same thing again, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, folding down. Plant yourself back into plank. Shift forward if you're on toes. And we'll come up through cobra, maybe a little higher. Still try to keep your hands where they can come off the ground. And exhale back down. Press back. Find downward facing dog. Pedal the legs. Whenever you take your feet wide, we're not going to move our hands. We're just going to bend knees, try to send your chest down. Maybe your head's going to come to the top, and then press back up. Just giving yourself a little bit more space in your hips. And then notice what's happening with those shoulders. If you're starting to open them up while you're here, squeeze them under you. And we'll come back into center. Looking forward, walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll all the way up, reach to the ceiling, palms together, hands behind your head. Open your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, sink down into chair pose. So you can bring your hands to your heart if you need to. If your arms are getting tired like mine. We're going to sink our weight back into our heels, squeezing into your glutes, squeezing in your belly. You're going to pick up your right knee, or not your right knee, your left knee, bring it into your chest. Your right leg's going to take the weight, left knee up into the chest. Squeeze your heel towards your booty, squeeze your right glute. We're going to exhale, lean forward towards that leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. Last time leaning forward, take that leg all the way back, find warrior three. If it feels good, take your hands, clasp them behind you, and try to reach the fingertips towards the heel. Turning your hip towards the floor if you can. And we're going to bring those left toes down. Inhale, crescent lunge. On your exhale, sink down into a kneeling lunge. Hands behind you again. Open your chest. Slide the hands down if you can. Keep squeezing this back glute. So don't get so far into it that you're putting the weight into your low back. We want the hips squeezing under us. When you're ready, inhale the arms all the way back up. Exhale, take the hands to the floor. Straighten your front leg out. We're going to hold here, and we're going to take our toes and we're going to point them and flex them. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. One more time like this. The next one, we're going to hold. See if you can maybe curl your toes under. Maybe this doesn't feel like anything for you. For me, it is intense on the top of my foot. And then hands, we're going to come to the inside of that right foot, pivot your right or your left leg back, walk your hands over, squeeze up, lengthening, finding that gate pose. We're going to sink down towards that straight leg, squeeze your hips forward. See if you get to open your chest up, but your belly's still pulled in, so you're just twisting from this like lower rib up. And then we're going to do just like we did before. So we're going to close the hand down. Inhale, reach up. Try to keep the belly still. You're just twisting with the shoulders. One more like this. And we'll come all the way back up to center. Left hand's going to come to the floor. Adjust your left knee as you need to. Finding a sort of side plank with the knee down. And we'll lift that right leg high. Pull the toes towards the shin and then squeeze your glutes. Maybe you can look up towards your hand. On your next exhale, we'll take that right hand down to the floor. Now we're in a plank facing the mat. Lower through chaturanga. Hand should be able to come off the ground. We're just lifting high enough into cobra that you can come up a little bit and press yourself back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. Widen through those shoulders. You're not opening them up. And then looking forward, walk your feet to the top of the mat. We'll come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, roll all the way up, reach to the ceiling, palms together, hands behind your head, squeeze your glutes. See if you can open your chest up. And then we'll lengthen back up, press into your heels, sink down. Pull up through your glutes, hands can come down to your chest if it feels good, belly in. Try to slow your breath down. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So the weight's going to go into the left leg, right knee is going to come into the chest. Squeeze the heel in towards the booty, squeeze your left bum. We'll reach up. And then if it's okay, lean forward towards that leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale up. One more, reach it forward, holding here, send that back, finding your warrior three. If it feels good, hands behind you, clasping, try to turn your chest and hip down towards the floor. Maybe you can reach your fingertips back towards your heel. And then when you're ready for it, slowly bring those back toes down, reaching up for crescent, and then slowly bring your back knee down, finding your kneeling lunge. Make sure your hips are under you so you don't have your pelvis tilting. You're squeezing that glute. Maybe you're not as far into your lunge as you normally would be. Clasp your hands. See if you can open your chest up. Maybe you can slide the hands back. It's this top part of your body that's leaning back, not the low back. When it feels good, inhale the arms up over the head. Take them down to the ground. We'll straighten out our front leg. Adjust yourself as you need to. Squeeze your inner thighs together. See if you can lengthen long. And we'll do just like before, pointing and flexing that front foot. Try to keep reaching your left hip back, not bringing it out to the side. Thighs are squeezing towards each other. And then next time you have that foot down, hold it. See if you can curl your toes under. Still squeezing that left hip back. Woo. And the hands to the inside. Rotate that right foot so that it's behind you. Coming up for your gate pose. Squeeze your hips forward. Leg as tall as you can. Left hand down. Reach over. Holding here. Pull your belly in. So you're getting that side stretch and not arching your low back. And we'll see if we can just twist a little tiny bit, opening that arm out. So just from the lowest rib up, your belly's staying facing forward. You're still squeezing your glutes. And we'll exhale. Take the hand down. Inhale, open. Exhale it down. Inhale to open. Exhale down. Inhale, open. Last time here. Inhale, open. When you're ready, coming all the way up, bring your right hand down, adjust that bottom leg if you need to. Squeezing your hips forward, you'll reach up, squeeze, pull your toes towards your shin. See if you can get that leg a little higher. Keep pulling your belly in, keep squeezing the glutes, your heels a little bit behind you. When you're ready, we're going to take that hand down, step yourself into plank, shift forward for chaturanga, Come all the way down, press the tops of your feet into the floor, over our chest. We should be able to pick our hands up. And then when you're ready, lowering down, press through all fours, find downward facing dog. Pedal your legs here. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. And then just like we did before, we're gonna flap our armpits. So open them up and close them down. I don't really know another way to explain it. It's like imagining you have wings and you're trying to flap them forward and back. Just increasing that range of motion through the shoulder girdle. Also building strength there. Hopefully you're getting a little bit warm. And then we're gonna do something that's probably everybody's gonna hate. So when you're ready, we're gonna shift forward into plank. You can come to your knees if you need to. Come here. We're gonna do sort of the same thing. So you're gonna let that strap down and then press back up. So your elbows aren't bending. You're just letting your shoulders kind of shrug up towards the ceiling and away. So if it's too much, off of your knees, you can come down. And then when you're ready, everybody's finding your way back into a child's pose. If it feels good, palms together, bring your hands up behind your head. When you're ready, taking the hands back down, find all fours. We're gonna start with the left leg. We're gonna reach it back behind us, squeezing, press into your hands, and then we're gonna open the hip towards the side and then try to close it down. So even further, maybe your toes are pointing towards the opposite corner. So you're just rotating open and as close as far as you can, a couple of times. It's like a modified air pose if you've ever had, it's not a pose, air like movement if you've ever had physical therapy for your hips. So make sure you're squeezing the glute that's on the leg. One more time here. And then we're going to bring that knee down, flow through a round of cat and cow. And take it to the other side. So right leg's going to reach back, toes pointing straight down. We'll start by opening the hip up and then trying to bring your toes so that they're pointing towards the opposite corner. So you're lifting and lowering. Squeezing the glute on that left leg as you open. One more time here. And then take it back down. Take one round of cat and cow. And then we'll tuck our toes, send our hips up and back, find downward facing, spread your hands wide, close up those armpits so they're pointing towards each other, pedal out your legs. And then looking forward, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale. And then bend your knees deep, sweep your arms, find your way into chair pose. So our last standing sequence. Clasp your hands behind you if it feels good. Open your chest. You can even just bring your thumbs clasp if that feels better, or bend your elbows if you need to. We're going to keep holding this chair pose. Pull your belly in. See if you can reach your arms away and then let them lower. So pay attention to which hand or which thumb is on top, okay? Because when we do the other side, I want you to switch. Bring your mind back to that mantra. It's not so serious, so don't beat yourself up if you move very far. One more here. And then we'll release. Put the weight into your right leg. Left leg's going to come up. We're going to open the knee out to the side, squeezing that standing leg. Bring the knee back. Open up. And close. Open. And close. And then this time as you open, step it back. Find warrior two. Sinking into that front leg. Squeeze the glute on this back leg. Press out through the outer edge. Your knee shouldn't be locked. You should have it a little bit loose. Reach the arms. We're going to start out with some cactus arms. So if you want, you have two options. You can inhale up, exhale open. Okay, so you'll stay like this. If you want a challenge, you're going to inhale, lift the heel up, and exhale open. So your leg is going to stay bent if you want that challenge. Try to keep your knee opening up. One more here. And then we're going to lengthen up, turn to the center, to the corners, find goddess. Hands together. We're going to bring the arms out to a T. Your right arm's going to, that's my left. Your right arm's going to come in front of you, left arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Start here. So if this is all you can do, that's fine. You're still getting that stretch through the upper back. If it feels good, bring the backs of your hands together and your elbows are stacked. You don't have them like this. Elbows stacked, back of the hands together, or maybe you combined. We're going to inhale, reach the fingertips up as high as you can, lengthen your legs straight. As you exhale, bend down. See if you can tap your fingers towards the ground or just bring your elbows towards the ground. Inhale all the way back up, press into the heels, squeeze your glutes, and exhale back down. Inhale back up. Exhale back down. One more time. Inhale, reach everything up. Pivot that right foot so it's coming to a 90-degree angle. Left toes towards the left side. Find yourself into your warrior two. We're going to do the same thing we did before. So pressing into this front heel, just like before, you can lengthen up, straightening the front leg, and opening up. Or if you want the challenge, inhale, lift the heel, exhale, open the chest. So whatever you did on the other side, do on the side so that your body is nice and even if your legs are a little more tired. Keep squeezing the glute on that back leg. I know it's hard. One more here. Find your way back into warrior two, and then we're going to try really hard to bring this right leg up into the chest towards the left side of the mat. So we're in that standing balance again. So we'll bring it all the way up, squeezing it in, just like before, knee out to the side, and back into center. Out to the side, back in. So just noticing if maybe the range of motion is different on this side. So for me, this one's a little bit tighter. And then we're going to bring it back to center. Step down, chair pose, hands back behind you. So try to remember which side was on top before. Press into the heels, open your chest, squeeze your glutes, see if you can reach the arms away and bring them back in. So don't lock your elbows, keep them bent a little bit. Last time here. Find your way back into chair pose. We're going to reach the right leg back up. We're going to open all the way out to goddess again. Stepping it out. Hands to your heart center. Left arm is going to come in front of you. Right arm on top this time. Give yourself a hug. Just like before. Back to the hands together. Maybe you can bind. You want your elbows stacked. So if they're not stacked, stay with the hug. When it feels good, we're going to inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, sink all the way down. Inhale, lengthen up, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, sink down. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach it up, release everything out. Come back into your squat. We're going to sink over towards the left, finding that side lunge. Pull up the quad on this leg so that your knee's not locked. And we're going to come to standing on the right leg. So you can sweep yourself up, it feels good, or you can just step. And we're going to try to find eagle. So starting out just here, right arm in front, left arm on top, give yourself a hug. See if you can bind. And we're going to bring that left leg around the right. Maybe you can bring the foot around. The deeper you sink in and try to send your inner thighs back, the easier it is to bring that bottom leg out. And then if it feels good, you can lengthen and try to tap. And then when you're ready, inhale, release it all out. Step all the way back out. Toes pointing forward, hands on your hips. Let's find a forward fold, taking a break here. Try to send your inner thighs up. Use your hands wherever feels good. Don't round your upper back. So if you can only come down part way, that's okay. Just find the stretch. So I'm going to stay right here. Slow the breath back down. Remind yourself it's not that serious. Maybe you want to shake your head around or rock side to side or dance. Hands onto your hips, press into your feet, come all the way back up. We're going to turn the toes to the right, sink down into that side lunge. We're going to do it all on the other side. And then we'll be done standing, okay? So when it feels good for you, we're going to spring up onto this left leg. So when you're ready, spring yourself up, find that balance. We'll start with the arms. Left arm out, right arm on top, give yourself a hug. Just like before. If you can down, and bring the backs of your hands together. Otherwise, just keep yourself here if your elbows are far apart. Trying to walk your hands further back. Maybe you can take the bind. We'll bend our standing leg, wrap the other leg around it. Finding that eagle. Maybe you need your toe tapped. That's fine. Whew. Pull your belly in. We'll inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, come down, maybe tap. Inhale to reach. Tap. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open everything back up. Step all the way back out. Reach really tall. Open your chest. Ooh. And then we're going to turn towards the right side. Hands to the floor. Step back to plank. Take a chaturanga if you want. Maybe you want to take upward facing dog this time now that our chests are nice and open. And then back to downward facing. Come onto your knees. Send your hips back. Find a child's pose. So when you're ready, we're going to come back up onto all fours. Forearms are going to come onto the ground. I want you to clasp your hands. We're going to come to a dolphin, and we're going to do some chin taps. So when it feels good for you, press into your forearms so you have that wide shoulder girdle. So take a moment and find it. So moving those shoulders up and down. Find where you have your forearms pressing in, your armpits hiding under you. Tuck your toes, hips up and back. See if you can find dolphin. So you can bend your knees a lot here if you need to. It's a little bit more intense. Keep trying to widen that shoulder girdle so you're not letting your armpits open. we're going to tap our chin on our hands. So looking forward, you'll shift, tap your chin, press into those forearms, and come back. See if you can do 8. So 2. Try to move slowly, keeping that shoulder roll wide. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you can, hold your dolphin. Maybe reach one leg up, looking down at the ground. Maybe you want to kick up a couple times, trying your forearm stand. Maybe not. When it feels good, come down onto the ground, arms by your sides. Nice relaxed child's pose. Oh. When you're ready, come back up onto all fours. We're going to start with the left arm. Inhale, opening up. As you exhale, thread it under. Great news. Inhale, open it back up. I can see the open reach truck outside right now. They came to fix my internet. Tuck it under. Inhale up one more time. And then this time as you come under, let that shoulder release down. Maybe your right arm can come behind you, grabbing your opposite thigh or just on your back. When it's good, gently press back to center. Hopefully mess something up while they're fixing it before I finish this class. So when it feels good, right arm lifting. We're going to thread it under 3 times. So tuck it and inhale back up. And then tuck it under. And back up. And tuck it under. Release the head and shoulder. Maybe your opposite arm can open here. When you're ready for it, slowly press yourself back to center. Cross at your ankles, find your way to seated. Whew. Shake our shoulders out. Roll your head a couple of times. We'll take some seated cat and cow. So chest forward, reaching as you exhale. Let that upper back reach towards the wall behind you. And then coming back to center, rolling the legs straight out in front of us. Bend your knees a little bit because I want you to get your belly and thigh together. Take your hands underneath your legs and start to lengthen those legs out just to where you feel a stretch, not to where you start to bring your belly off your thighs, okay? And then if it feels okay, bring your head down, putting some weight into your upper back and hopefully feeling a stretch up there. When you're ready, gently lifting your head, bring yourself back up. I'm going to turn so you can see, but we're going to take the fingertips so they're facing your hips. We've done this in class before. You're going to bring your shoulders forward. You're hunching really bad, and you want to keep that hunch. Elbows can be bent as much as you need to, and we're just going to try to bring the middle of the chest up, but keep the shoulders where they are. So you'll inhale, start to lift. Exhale, lower back down. Keeping those shoulders forward the whole time. More here. And then releasing out. Make your way down onto your back. Hands right by your sides, feet pressing into the floor. We're gonna find bridge pose, pressing up. If it feels good, take your forearms onto the ground, press a little bit higher, and then maybe you can move your shoulders under. If you're looking at me doing this and not at the ceiling, come down out of your bridge, look, and then come into it. Don't do both at the same time. And then on your exhale, slowly lower back down, arms out to a T, let your knees drop to the right. So I'm going to talk to you in case this gets cut off because I see them getting out of their van. Just as a reminder, it's Sexual Assault Awareness Prevention Month. It ends today. I'm giving half of any donations that are sent to me to backlog. So if you want to send me something today, half of it goes to end the backlog, which is an initiative to get all of the untested rape kits that are sitting in warehouses in the States tested. There's thousands of them, which is absolutely horrible. If you are wearing teal or if you own something teal, go put it on, take a photo of yourself, post it on the SAPR page. I'll put a link on my page today. When you're ready, coming back to center, find your twist over to the other side. Bring your mind back to that mantra. It's not that serious. Repeating it in your mind. If you have an intention that you set for yourself, maybe your intention is, I'm not taking this so seriously. Just allowing yourself to enjoy the practice, letting go of any judgments you may have placed on yourself while you were working on your poses. We're going to come back to center, knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, take a long deep breath. As you exhale, release everything out. I'm going to take my arms over my head. Take yours wherever you like. We'll take 10 long deep breaths. Just try to allow your breath to find tension in your body and to release it out. Maybe focusing on your mantra or your intention. So if you're ready for it, start to bring some movement in the body. Lengthening the arms up ahead, the legs long. Take a full deep breath through your whole body. And as you exhale, just bend one knee at a time. Gently roll off onto one side. Start to blink your eyes open. You can stay here a little longer if you'd like, but I'm going to press up because I'm going to grab my phone so I can give you a quote. Jackie sent me a message saying she missed the quotes that I used to read at the end of class, so I'm going to read one now. So the quote is from Glennon Doyle Melton. Be messy and complicated and afraid, and show up anyway. So when you're ready, deep inhale, lengthen the arms up over the head, reach as tall as you can, palms together, hands down to your heart center. Take a moment, repeat that mantra. It's not so serious. I challenge you to take to your day. Anytime that you're feeling a little bit stressed out about something small, remind yourself it's not that serious. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you